All right, my name is Moses Bombo Tambason, and I'm very much happy to be part of this memorial service. You know, like you rightly said, it is not about the number of people. It is about the few giving their heart to remember that there were people like them who didn't have the God-given right to live. Their lives were taken away from them, not by natural causes, not by any happiness of their own, not by mistakes of their own, but by the mindset of few people who desire to have power by all means necessary. In the process, it didn't matter to them the step they have to take to get there. They didn't take into consideration there were human beings living, breathing like them. All they wanted was call it, break it, we must get what we want. And so when that happens, then it becomes imperative. It becomes a moral responsibility on all human beings that have feeling for human life to think beyond ourselves and say, it is okay with me. Being okay with you doesn't mean it's okay for everybody. And so for us to have come here to remember those that have died, we don't see them, we don't touch them, but yet we remember them because they were human beings like you and me. And that's what makes us to be human. And again, as we sit here today praying, there are those who didn't die by the war in Liberia, but they are suffering, they have no food to eat. There are those who behind the house go to deliver on the palm trees, on the palm branches of leaves. Because the money that goes to the country to build and improve their lives are being consumed and mismanaged by the power of the few. And so it becomes a moral responsibility by the calling of God, Jesus Christ, and by whatever God you believe in, that we assemble together, we come together, and they begin to think, how can we contribute our widow's mite to those who don't have the voice? How can we help the voiceless? How can we help the homeless? That becomes our moral responsibility.
Amen.
And there is no boundary. There is no color in that.
No.
There is no race in that. There's no need for special invitation in that because there is a need exist. And so then some of us here to see us alive, you know, I'm a typical veteran of Liberian war. A veteran of a Liberian war. I never went to apply for a job in my country from the day I was born. From school 1983, I went into business with $15 US. I turned $15 into $12,000 in 1985. I never looked back. I competed with Lebanese all over the world. I had 2-3 stores. I was managing my business. There were farmers managing their business. Our people used to go and dig their coffee farm, they man their business in their coffee farms. While we are managing our business, while we are not trying to talk anything politics, the behavior of politicians came upon us. We saw guns and knives and cutlasses chopping us all up. We have to scatter, we have to run. I ran from Burma, I was in the bush for a year. I left my store wide open. I said, let them have whatever they want. From Burma in the bush, I went to Buchanan. I had a store there in Buchanan in 93. Again, the Autopus scheme, they began to chase us. I left, I have to leave everything. I'm talking about the moment when it all become vanity. I'm talking about the time when this code, when what you have is useless, when only life, precious life is important. In Liberia, everything was useless. This building was useless. This carpet was useless to people. And so it became only your life. So I have to go to Guinea. I left all. But does that mean that I was the only gifted one? It was only the blessing of God. And so, why among so many clever people? Why among so many PhD holders in Liberia? Why among so many rich people in Liberia? Why were they killed? And where, for me, an innocent child, not even connected child, was saved? Why was my life saved? Was that life saved only to cater to me, I alone? Was that life saved to only look after me, my children, and my wife? Is there a minute for me being alive.
Yes.
I said, yeah, there is some meaning for me.
Yeah,
alive.
there's a
that
reason.
meaning is to restore, to reach out. It means that the purpose of my living can no longer be about me. The purpose of my living can no longer be about my children. The purpose of my living can no longer be about what I can wear, what I can drive. Because I become an ambassador. God has sent me to lead the way, to speak out from my God, what I see best, what I think best that God wants us to do. We all have a calling.
Yes.
And so it doesn't matter if we are 250 people here. It is the image, the feeling in us we have come here. And so that's why I have established an organization called Liberia Rebuild Global Team. Liberia Rebuild Global Team, we are having our first global conference tomorrow around 12 p.m. Consists of Liberians and friends of Liberia all over the world. My vision is all of us that were able to survive the Liberian war, all of the children of Liberia that are scattered around the globe have moral responsibility, spiritual, traditional, cultural responsibility to cater to the homeless, to cater to the victims. And so if we all can contribute just $2 a month, $2 from 80,000 Liberians and friends of Liberia, we amount to $80,000. While $2 times 40, that's $80,000. And so if Liberians can put 80,000 or 20,000, whatever the amount comes to, we can target a village that will destroy people who are sleeping on the street. People who are sleeping in the gutters, who are dying as I speak at this moment. Nobody cares for them. They laugh at them. They spit on them. They lock the door behind them. They have no food to eat. They are human beings like you and me. And so that guilt make me not to sleep, make me to cry. And so I want to invite all of you tomorrow. The conference number is 805-309-2350. The ID, the access ID is 600-3219. It is not about me. It is about how can we be looking for ideas. We will be coming to you, international organizations, donor countries, charitable churches, to help raise $2. And we'll prove to you what your $2 is doing in the life of villages, in the life of people who are not on the TV, people who you don't hear about, who don't occupy the Ministry of Finance, who don't occupy the Ministry of Justice, who have no light, people who have no car. They have to brush with cutlasses. They are not known. They are dying. Nobody knows. But we know they exist. We'll be bringing them to your face so you can see them. So please help us. Let's rebuild Liberia. Liberia can be rebuilt. May God bless all of us. May we continue to remember the dead. Wherever we are one big family.
Yes.
We are made in the image of God after his likeness.
Yes. Amen.
Peace be upon you. May peace be upon Liberia. May God bless Liberia.
Amen.
Repeat that number slowly again.
The conference number is 805-309-2350. And the access number, the ID, is 600-3219 £. And the conference starting around 12 p.m. because there are Liberians in France going to be on the conference, in Geneva, in Switzerland, in Britain, in Liberia, in different countries around the world. We are coming together. That will be the first meeting to organize ourselves. We'll be looking for fundraising ideas. We'll be looking for people who have contact to say it to your churches, to say it to your family, to just help us. We have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is nothing, you know. There were people who have more than me, and they are dead, they are gone.
Yes.
All their crime was because they were in Liberia. That's it. Just that our only crime we will commit is to be here.
Thank you.
They are hiding some people kids just to be here. That's it. Amen.
Amen.